and then I'll go back and I'll rechart some stuff, and then I'll show how it works. No, just the long tool. Just long down.
The long tool.
Long down. It's long down. It's long down. It's long down. Why are these hairdressers hashtagging Bitcoin? No one wants to see your fucking hairstyles.
Let's grow Cryptard community. It's your boys, the Cryptards. We got Billy, Brandon, and Ruhz in the house back for episode 3. That's right, 3 weeks of coming at you guys. And it's been a fucking crazy week, man. The stock market is still all crazy from the whole GameStop and GME, AMC, Wallstreetbets situation. So we're gonna update you guys on that. We got all kinds of other updates for you guys here in a bit. But let's catch up with Billy. What's going on with you guys, man?
Hola, Cryptardos locos.
Nothing much, man.
Been hanging out all week. I've been nerding out, buying some Star Wars memorabilia for my store, hanging out with the daughter, chilling, doing my research, crypting out on my Bitcoin, seeing how I can make some Satoshis, man.
Yeah? Any good trades?
Just crypto and some Call of Duty Warzone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, so you should be in on this damn GME thing. You're a gamer, man, so you
I'm
should be...
personally not in it. I'm not in any
Come
stocks.
on, man.
But,
you need to get a diamond hand all up in there and be ready to battle. You can't be all paper dragon.
Yeah.
I prefer
Paper hands.
I prefer my crypto. I prefer my crypto over stocks, to be honest with
Billy
you.
paper hands.
I mean, I prefer long stocks too. I mean, this is a like GameStop is like just something like a movement that we'll see how it turns out, but it's not. It was never like a super long-term play for me. It will be now, but I mean, there's a lot of other stocks out there that are always going to do well that you can invest in.
It was more for the movement than it was for the fundamentals of it, which
the fundamentals weren't bad. If you look at Flying Kitty's original fundamentals, like they made sense, and like his original price target of $50 to $60, it was completely reasonable. And with the whole new thing with them hiring the new executive from like Amazon and Chewy, like it actually makes sense. They're going to bring in this new infusion,
restructure everything.
They can do whatever they want. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean the new. PlayStation and Xbox were just released, so they always have those. So that was like a big.
No one's gonna get their hands on one with these fucking scalpers.
Yeah, that's true.
Good luck trying to get your hands. If you get your hands on one, comment
bots.
down below.
Yeah, please send us one, and we'll send you a like to your page, which you should do to ours.
I'll pay you in Ethereum
Over here. Yes, or we'll pay you in Dogecoin.
There you go.
We need it.
What else has been going on with you guys?
Oh man, I don't know.
Not much. Crypto and Warzone.
Wonder when we're gonna have
I just want to get back to the grind, so while I'm stacking Satoshis, I can be earning fresh fiat to be buying more
Yes,
Satoshis.
that's true. I'm greedy, and I'm gonna be getting in trouble at work because I'm be on my phone making my trades while I'm walking in the. Hey, Brandon, get off your phone! I'm like, I'm stacking Satoshis, bro. Yeah. You mean me to turn up your microphone?
I mean, it's always good to have multiple sources of income, though.
Yeah,
so
I guess I get bored.
To have a main, not a main, but a huge stream of revenue coming back in it's always good.
Yeah, I just guess I need the routine too. It's my ADHD. Who knows where I'll end up?
It's going to be interesting to see how the event industry changes too. Like, what kind of events are even going to happen? Who's going to throw large-scale events? What type of events are they going to be? Are music festivals going to be a thing ever again?
Be like the Flaming Lips. We'll just have all the attendees in the bubbles rolling around the convention floor.
My girl keeps asking me, she's like, you think EDC is going to happen this year? I'm like, I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it. It doesn't.
Maybe the end of the year, you think? No chance?
I'd like to go rave, but I don't think anything festival-wise is going to happen this year. I think we need to see a steep decline in the amount of virus cases.
Yeah. I mean, they're yeah, that's true. I mean, quote unquote, because everything, like, I said that the other week. I was like, does anyone know anybody that got the flu in the past year?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you know anyone that just got
I haven't
the flu?
really.
Do you know anyone that just got the flu?
I haven't called anyone to see. Hey, man, you get the flu?
But how often? I mean, it was just so common. I mean, it's just such a common thing. Everyone it's just we just completely stopped hearing about the flu this past year. No one got the flu. No one died. Didn't they say more people die from the flu every year that died from this bullshit? But then this year, no one died from the flu. Not one person.
Trust any of the numbers.
My buddy,
My
buddy just got his patio concrete laid yesterday because his backyard is like a new home built, and his backyard was dirt, so he got his concrete for his patio, and he's going to be building a pool and stuff. But
burying bodies. What's going on?
the guy that laid the concrete said that like one of his family members got coronavirus, and the hospital supposedly paid the family $5,000 to allow them to say that it was coronavirus. I don't know.
That sounds like some QAnon shit, man.
Yeah,
That's be way too easy to trace.
But
That's a
little blatant.
A little too far.
There's a lot of conspiracies floating around.
I mean, there would be a
whole
goddamn paper trail. You just say, hey, look, see, here's the email. And they call them on the phone like, hey, yo, how do you even do that? Like, hey, we got 5 racks for you. It's out of the realm of fucking believable.
Yeah.
I'd have to. Where's the money? They about to pool with it?
I'm just tired of fucking being home, man. I just want to get back to work.
Well, that's why we're here doing this.
I can't just
we're
wait
doing
to be
something
around
constructive.
Again, man.
It is what it is.
I think there's going to be places that eventually are just going to go fuck it. I think there's going to be I don't want to call them hotspots, but I mean like hotspots isn't fun spots. There's going to be places around the world that are like, yo, we're chill. No,
isn't Texas already? Isn't Texas and Florida already like that?
Texas are straight
those are our two fucking safe havens.
I mean, Texas is like its own country. They pretty much do what they want all the time anyway. They're just like, we got guns.
I mean,
Tony Robbins, I saw a YouTube video of him, I think yesterday or the other day, and he was talking about how the number of like cancer deaths and other deaths that are usually like up here have fallen while coronavirus deaths have.
That's what everyone keeps saying.
I was just saying, like the flu always had a constant number of deaths every year, and then this past year, maybe
they're getting maybe the corona is more fucking
Yeah, maybe it's just a big ploy to tank the stock market so the whales can buy back lower.
That's hard to coordinate worldwide, but they do all kinds of crazy shit, as you'll hear. I mean, they tank markets. Just look what they did with GME, GameStop. I mean, they shorted 400,000 shares more than even existed. They do this all the time. They always try and push around the little guys until they figure it out, like, 8 million of these peasants with pitchforks could fucking actually do something.
Well, no, they didn't call us peasants. They called us barbarians. If you read the news on the New York Times, they call us, quote unquote, these barbarians that are trading now.
Barbarians.
That's what normal people are to them.
Go, man, but before it's too late.
They're about to see some fucking barbarians, bro. They're about to see some barbarians. That's why these motherfuckers aren't gonna let go. That's why they're not. That's why they're gonna keep holding. That's why those hands are not gonna let go.
Yeah, like some people that couldn't fucking stay in.
Yeah.
Not you, Billy. You didn't even get in. We're here for the cause.
Billy's doing the analysis for everybody, though.
Yes, he's helping the cause out by training you guys how to become independent from this fucking retarded system we have.
Sí, señor.
Estamos in Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right, let's get into this first topic. Let's see what we got in store for you guys today. Billy, what's this first topic about? This is our update on GME, the whole GameStop situation and what's going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so let's check in what's going on with this whole GameStop situation. Let's see some updates, and this is a post that we're going off by. His name's Fairchart3403. And this is like again, none of this is investment advice or any kind of financial advice. It's just observations.
We have no idea what we're doing
of the market.
This is our opinion. We do not do what we tell you to do. That would make you one of these idiots that fucking stormed the Capitol. Come on down here, got free food.
So he's saying every single share traded on the market is a shorted share that is owed to somebody. That's right. He's saying every single share traded on the market is actually an IOU. So,
Okay.
and for every share we as retail investors buy, that's an additional IOU.
So this is why they had to get $3 billion to have liquidity in case they had to pay it off, or
That's well, I'm still. No one knows why they had to get $3 billion because if you listen to the interview with Vlad's interview, they asked him straight out, "Do you have a liquidity problem?" No. And then the next day he needs a $3 billion loan.
No, they're just assholes. I have no liquidity problem.
I don't know what the definition of a liquidity
app,
problem, but if I need $3 billion tomorrow,
yeah,
I think I have a fucking liquidity
that
problem.
Sounds like you have some issues.
And yeah, that's what he said. The whole reason why they had to stop the buying on those specific stocks was because they didn't have the funds to cash those people out on the money that they supposedly were supposed to make off all that stuff, all those.
All their gains that they had when it went up, so they
yeah.
didn't have it. They weren't able to cover that at the time.
Yeah. So supposedly that's why they had to stop buying and only allow selling. Which I don't know how that all makes sense.
I mean, this guy's theory
criminal
here,
to me.
and
It
like
makes
again,
sense.
this is all just
Criminal.
these are all just theories. So his theory is there are less than 0 unshorted traded shares. So like this goes far beyond a liquidity issue. Like he's saying I don't know how the clearinghouses are even functionally capable of obtaining GME shares anymore. This thing's gonna explode soon because every share bought is just compounding IOUs at this point, just compounding on the interest.
So they're just buying stuff that doesn't even exist.
Just there's everyone like all of us that own GME stocks right now. We don't own GME stocks. We own IOUs that are just compounding on interest. None of us actually own the stocks.
So you can't. Yeah. So that makes no sense.
We're gonna
to me.
see how this plays out. It's gonna be. It's gonna be crazy how it plays out. If you guys, I mean, he has his theories on the price movement and how the crash happened, like how the manipulation was going on from when it skyrocketed to $400 a share and then started coming back down, like in the after hours trading. And I mean, there a lot of people are throwing out the word the ladder bids.
Oh yeah,
and
I saw those were going in,
and you can see them if you actually stare at the order books. You can see the ladder bids coming in, and then all the aftermarket price manipulation that they're doing. Like as soon as the market closes, the price they can just crash it, do whatever they want because they're the only ones that have access to it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the market's closed, the peasants can't get in now. Let's gamble in the back room.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
they
then,
all
like,
get together. Like, oh shit.
And we know what the goal behind that is. That means, and they're just trying to cash out. I mean, I call it the stop loss monster in crypto trading. All they're trying to do is liquidate people that were trading on margin. So if they can, after hours, if people were trading on margin, all they have to do is push the price far enough.
It up,
they can liquidate you, take all your money, and now you're fucked.
Yeah.
So it's such crazy manipulation that they're doing to people right now. It makes no sense, and how they're even being able to get away with it. I don't understand it.
They're fucking criminals. That's all you need to understand. They've been doing this for decades. You know what I mean? Until normal people had access to all the information on our phone, and we could get all these analytics. They're just like, oh, they don't have no idea what's going on. That's just, this comes back from the medieval times when we went to the fractional reserve, method with banking. People took their gold to a blacksmith, and then the blacksmith found out, like, oh, wait a minute, everyone doesn't come back to get all their gold at once. So we could actually lend out more IOUs for the gold, and as long as everyone doesn't come back for their gold at the same time, and that was actually the beginning of the existence.
But then that's why they create restrictions. Oh, you can only take out $500 to $1,000 from your ATM per day anyway.
Exactly.
Like, wait, what?
Banking holiday.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't take out anybody.
You can't
today.
take more than this out a week or more than this out a month. You can't. You're restricted on these days. Like they restrict you so that they keep access.
And they call
and
it,
then they charge you. And then they have the fucking audacity to charge you a banking fee and service fees.
Banking holiday
for holding your fucking money.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking
this whole
criminal.
system's gonna go so quick. That's why I'm loving these new blockchain based and like BlockFi and all these other little crypto platforms that are paying high interest rates, no fees.
DeFi, man, that's where it's at. You don't have a middleman taking your money, nickel and diming you. You use your own money as collateral. Bitcoin will save your life. I will save you.
Yeah. So I mean, back to this crazy price manipulation that they were doing. So I mean, we'll keep you guys updated. I mean, definitely read this article. You'll get some more of a gist of what could have possibly happened, because no one has the actual facts of what happened. It's more just everyone's theories right now. We're gonna find out what happens when there's a proper investigation, which hopefully we find out, because we know the SEC is also in their pockets, which we're going to go over here in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, so next thing we have the broker restrictions that are going on.
Someone has to go to prison.
So we hope someone's going to go to
no
prison.
one ever,
but
they never
has anyone
do.
ever gone to fucking prison? Have you ever heard of a Wall Street motherfucker going to prison? Besides
very
that,
rarely some, smaller executive that's on the third floor in the basement, like in office space, where they put him in the basement, like they send one of those guys to jail to take the fall, like the dude that's in the mail room that he was getting the mail that said what they were doing, and like, you knew everything. Like, I just delivered the mail, dude. And then what do you mean I'm getting 20 years? What's happening? No top executives ever go to prison.
it makes, man.
So they're, like you said, they're all in each other's pockets. It's probably the worst thing that's going to happen is they pay a fine and move on, which is
like
fucked
JP
up,
Morgan
because
does
a lot of
every
people,
couple years,
a lot of people buying into the hype. Now it's like they're at a negative, and the fucking bad guy, all he gets is a fine, and just he gets to live his life.
Bad.
I mean, if we
hedge fund.
If we read this guy's theory on it, so his this is what the chairman of the IBKR said. So we are concerned about the ability of the market and the clearing systems through the onslaught of orders to continue to provide liquidity, and we're concerned about the financial viability of intermediaries and clearinghouses. So in other words, there's so many shares of GME traded that it seems that we're having trouble to find shares and or the cash to back up the trade. They don't have the shares or the money to back any of the fucking orders going on. So he's also talking about how he saw the squeeze is going to go to infinity, and so they stopped it to prevent losses. So they're admitting to stopping the squeeze through whatever means necessary so that it doesn't squeeze, to save their own asses. So brokers began to call margins on margin accounts, liquidating stock and options very conveniently at the lowest price on the dip. So they're they're purposely causing these dips so that they can liquidate. eToro, one of the platforms, quote unquote, accidentally set up automatic stop limits on other people's orders of GME.
Accidentally.
Just automatically selling shares. The same thing Robin
sold all your
doing.
shit. Sorry, it was an accident. You're broke.
So like manipulation on
insane.
such ridiculous levels that it's so blatant. It's so blatant now of a who's in whose pocket. Like the SEC is completely intertwined with these hedge funds, and for every move, like the SEC has nothing to do with the people in it. Like they never had to do with anything with protecting the people.
They're protecting the hedge funds and their friends, because they all work back and forth. They retire from Wall Street, go work for the SEC or the government, and vice versa.
Yep.
I mean, that's why you get all these ex-politicians that go to these banks and give all these lectures and whatnot. They're all one big club, and we're not in it, but we should come and burn it down.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like, I believe Citadel is a clearinghouse for Robinhood app, right?
Yep.
So they're saying that we didn't have enough liquidity or shares to allow these people to cash out the amount of funds that they were in profit, right?
If that's true, why didn't they need to do a full shutdown of everything, and why could you still sell your shares of Robinhood?
Yeah.
Of GME, but you couldn't buy? Why? I could still sell it.
Yeah,
if they don't have the money to pay me, why can I sell it?
Yeah, these guys were in such heavy leverage short positions, so only enabling these Robinhood traders to sell is going to bring the price down. They're able now. I mean, the price of GME is down to almost the bottom of where it began to skyrocket. Like so these guys were able to save some of their money from these short positions. Maybe even I don't know. Maybe even profit off of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But purposely shutting off trading, buying options for these specific stocks, only making people able to sell them. So, like I said, dropping the price down, allowing these guys to recoup some losses.
They put shorts in from where they dropped it down. Also, they probably. I mean, they already had their shorts in before. Who's to say they didn't put shorts back in from like 300 or 400 and then purposely cause the crash.
Yeah, or even like in the $50 level, you know, they may have been shorting because that's right around the price of where it started to skyrocket. So maybe now they're potentially at a break even, and now they're like, okay, we're going to give you access to buy these shares again, but only in a limited amount. So it's like people can't go out there and buy as much as they want so that they can link together and pump the price again. It's all fucking bullshit. It's all
criminal, and fuck them. And what blows my mind when you're reading in there is we couldn't find the how can they not just press what? We live in the information age. How do they like? We're looking for shares. Like, how's there not a think? There's 39 million shares that exist. What the fuck did he mean? We're looking for shares. We don't know, but we live in the computer age.
The system is so fucked up because they can own one share and sell it in like 10 different ways.
Derivatives.
So one share can be loaned and sold out in 10 different ways just off them owning that one
share. Yeah.
And then it makes no sense how. Yeah.
So
how
it's basically like a
that
fractional reserve for stocks. Mm-hmm. So they have one stock, but they could lend out 8 or 10.
It's a completely flawed fucking system.
I'm in the wrong business, man.
And it's funny and fucked up that that now the public did it one day and they're like, oh, this needs to change. All that had to happen was the public had to make money one fucking day, and the entire system changes.
Yeah. Is there going to be any significant regulation that comes out of this? Is anyone going to get charged? This is what we'll be keeping track of for you because I want to see what's going to happen. It's, I check every day to see what's going on with the revolution.
Well, we found this article. Citadel was already engaged in some fishy shit, and they were handed a $22.6 million fine to settle that. So I'm sure it's going to be the same fucking thing.
So they had to do the exact same. 22 million.
Made 220 million. We'll pay 20 million.
We made billions. Yeah, we made billions. Why not?
That's it. That's if the SEC and I guess there's been since our last episode, there's been a total of like 30. Class action lawsuits filed against Robinhood for fishy behavior.
Let's see if they allow them to
Citadel
go through.
Being their clearinghouse, obviously they're like, shut this shit down now. Shut this shit down now. So, I mean, if
they're the ones that also gave them the $3 billion loan when they needed it.
They raised about $3 billion to find liquidity for some of these guys to exit their positions for. And I don't know. I just don't understand how if you're following regulations in the United States as an exchange, how can you not be hit with some kind of fine for not having that backing in the first place? It's.
I don't even know how any of these motherfuckers exist. I don't. Half the stuff all the stuff they do is shady. Our whole system is.
I don't even understand it all.
So not even just them, not even like just how institutionally they fucking like rigged the system. It's the media's on their side too. So the whole media manipulation article on here, I mean, the media is completely biased in their favor. Like they were pumping this short squeeze on Nokia and BlackBerry out of nowhere, which some people were mentioning on the thread. So I mean, it could have been like misconstrued as part of the movement, which there was just like if a group from 200,000 grows to 8 million. I mean, there's a lot of spammers and bots and all kinds of bullshit going on in there. Yeah, so it's hard to find like the actual like real accounts and who's reputable, like who to actually follow.
Yeah.
So I mean, besides them, it's just a manipulation from CNBC, Bloomberg, all of the like any news outlet online. Also, everyone's saying pumps. Like there's this one day where everything was about silver. They're like, oh, everyone stopped buying all the GameStop and AMC stocks. Everyone's buying silver. SLV. And they pumped silver up like 10, 12% in one day.
It was like the biggest gain they've had in how many years? Like 12 to 14 years or something.
Yeah. And who was the fifth biggest holder of silver?
Mm-hmm.
Citadel. The same people that these GameStop investors and like the whole movement is trying to destroy. That's who profited off of that entire silver pump. So of course they are the ones that put the bots in the right place and pump.
They had to make their money back from the fucking GameStop.
But what I'm just curious, I know in these Reddit threads they're telling everyone, hodl, this thing's going to the moon. But it's like with all this Robinhood manipulation going on and all this fishiness going on, like like, what is their next game plan? Is
so
this
who-
shit,
yeah,
and the
are they-
limit,
well,
and
here-
now you're being limited to the amount of shares you can buy, so you can't really pump the price to oblivion anymore, right?
Here's the thing: if everyone does hold their shares, that's the argument. If everyone holds their shares, then the price has to go because they have to buy the shares back.
Well, I think
has to
everyone
go.
has been selling out of panic. You know, I think the Robinhood era is like these newfound traders who are following people on Reddit, but then they see only buy options or sell options are available. So maybe people in a panic did start selling. That's why we did see such a steep drop in price.
There has been a lot of panic selling.
mean-
I don't know if there's been as much panic selling though, because there's so many people that were blocked from being able to trade all around the world, like exchanges everywhere in the world, and they're just now getting somewhat access to, and they're just being able to buy stocks. I think there's going to be a second boost in this.
Yeah,
I think there's.
I hope there is. I want to see them
because the
get.
entire world is now slowly being able to get back into it, and they feel like they missed out. And this is the price that they missed out at.
I want to see
mean,
the
'cause
diamond
'cause-
hands prevail.
And none of this is investment or advice. This is just what I think's happening.
Or is the
I mean,
paper dragon
Obviously,
gonna
people are
eat the
selling,
fortune
and
cookie?
that's why price is dropping. You know, I think maybe they're saying fuck Robinhood. Maybe they're trying to find new exchanges that are allowing unlimited amount of buy options for these specific stocks. But getting signed up with those exchanges may take a week or two to verify their information. So maybe in I don't know, maybe
Let's
in
see
a couple
what
weeks, a
happens
month,
this
these
week.
guys will be back
Let's
on their
see,
game
man.
and start pumping these,
Yeah, we gotta keep
pumping
an-
these stocks, liquidating these hedge funds again.
We got to keep an
so-
eye on the diamond hands, man.
Yeah, I mean,
See
either
what
way,
happens.
GameStop, at least they're making moves corporate wise. They hired
Oh, yeah,
they
they hired
hired
some
two new
people.
executives. They got the one from Amazon, the guy that used to run Amazon Web Services. So I mean, this guy definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to online, to shifting to an online
marketing,
marketing
yeah.
and business. Like, if they were to do a shift and become some kind of a new streaming platform or membership service and some kind of, that's the thing. They have so much money now, they can
Well, they
completely
have-
restructure and rebrand into a
And
whole
they
new
could,
style of business.
they could put in. They have enough money to do the infrastructure if they were to go towards a Netflix type model.
They can
and they
compete,
have
not even Netflix. They can compete with PlayStation Now, with Xbox Live, with Epic Games, with Uplay, with
And they could have
with all these
of
gaming
them.
platforms.
They could have all of them integrated into GameStop as
You rent and buy
sponsors,
games
or you
through their platform.
and they have the name recognition now. You know what I
the
mean?
entire
So,
world now knows them.
GameStop,
It's no matter what, people are going to remember their name.
It's the ultimate marketing. Bonanza. Like they hit the lottery. I mean, their name just. I mean, how much money would you have to pay media and social influencers to have your brand, everywhere.
Well, but yeah, since you're talking about profiting off of this, let's get into the pieces of shit that shouldn't be profiting off of this real quick before we go on from this. Because last week we were telling you guys about Dave Portnoy and Chamath and Elon Musk. And shout outs to Musk and Chamath and Mark Cuban, who are actually still about the movement. But Dave Portnoy,
Paper Hands Portnoy.
as people like to call him right now. You got a picture of that fool?
Come on, we got to put him. We should have had him with some paper hands.
Paper Hands Portnoy over here. If we look at his what they're calling a 3-act play here. His first post says, "Do not sell, wait and attack." And this is him as he buys in, rallies an entire group of people, like his entire subscriber base, his entire follower base behind him. He's like, "This is the movement. We're getting in. Get behind me. Hold, buy, wait and attack."
Yes,
2 days later, he has this whole issue with Robinhood, and he tweets about that. I won't rest until the people responsible for today are behind bars. So now he's even more promoting that this is not supposed to happen. We need to fight the system.
It's a whole moral issue as well as criminal with these guys, and he's asking his followers, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting my own, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I think he said he had $2 million in play and took a $700,000 loss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Portnoy, you fucking made that the first month back in March. With that first month when stocks crashed and you started fucking day trading and you were posting all your videos, you made that $1 million. Fucking, and then you started this movie. That's the problem here that I have with this whole thing.
He should be the last person selling.
Well, it's not even just that. I don't have a problem with you buying or selling. If you like, fine, buy and sell all you fucking want. I have like, it doesn't matter if you're like this whole diamond hands, fucking paper hands. Like that's not what trading is about. Trading is about making your profits and getting the fuck out. We're all fucking tards, fucking just trying to make a profit and get the fuck out. So it's not about. The fact isn't that you sold. The fact is that you rallied
made it a rally
your entire subscriber base, millions and millions of people behind you to pump it as you're in it, and then like. If you just wanted to test it out and just be a part of the movement, you didn't have to advertise any of it. You could have just traded behind the scene, closed the curtains, did your bullshit trades, and a week later came on your platform and been like, "Hey guys, I tried out the whole thing last week and this is how it ended up." But you used it as a ploy to fucking build to get some likes, views, just build fucking clout off and nothing. You just wanted to ride the hype wave to build your own to build your clout. Like, and it's bullshit because it makes you look phony, first of all. I mean, you're fucking, like, you're losing fans, you're losing subscribers. It's ingenuine as hell.
But you're saying this because it's January 28th. He's posting "Do not sell, wait and attack," and then all the shady shit happens. He says, "I won't rest till the people responsible for today are behind bars." But then 4 days later, he goes off and says, "I've officially sold off all my meme stocks. I lost. Vlad and company stole it from me and should be in jail."
Bro.
So what you're saying is he basically is telling everybody to hold. He's building this strong foundation of people that through his followers that he's telling to hold, but then later on saying that
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying he used this entire situation.
Dude's a douchebag.
He used this entire situation for himself, just to get a couple of likes and subscribes. That's all it was for him. It was never about the situation. It was never about a fight. It was all just for him to get a couple of more likes, a couple of more subscribes, and to stay relative and in the news. He's like, it's like it seems more and more like he's like one of those fucking. Attention whores and junkies that just fucking needs it. He just needs a fucking bit of attention. He needs a like. He needs a subscribe, or he doesn't get his fucking fix.
I don't even know what he does, man. Am I old? I've heard the Barstool, but when did he start out?
So
was it just a sports show? Was it just a sports?
It's like sports betting. Like, well, yeah, they gave their picks and they did sports talk and like they had, but now they have multiple shows on there. They have like they have podcasts and talk shows.
Like, what does this dude even do? Like,
he's the owner of like, I mean, they're pretty much
I know they're huge, but I mean, it doesn't seem like they were that interesting. That I've watched a few clips. I'm like,
he started an interesting channel, and I mean, you know what? He's doing his job. He's staying entertaining, but
he's a douchebag. Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, I said it in my other podcast, dude. I mean, it takes fucking years and years to build respect, and a snap of a finger to fucking lose it.
And you did it there, paper hands.
You did it in the snap of a finger with you hit the enter button on fucking Twitter and it was over.
Yeah, look at him. He's mad. Look, he just looks like a douchebag. Look at this guy, man.
I mean, it's like
he got that Ford F-150 jacked up.
He's just using this whole situation to bitch and cry out for some sympathy. That's what it feels like. It's like, hey, like cry for me. I lost all this millions. No one's gonna cry for you.
No one cares.
Like no one gives a fuck. Like
I find it hard to believe that he's a trader himself. I find it hard to believe that he didn't sell some near the top. You know,
trader with a T. Like, look at him. Look at this guy.
Did he really take a $700,000 loss, or is he just saying that?
Yeah, prove it.
Either way, he's a douchebag just for saying it, and if he did it or not.
The same goes for these guys on the Reddit leaders. You know what I'm saying? How do we know this wasn't just one crazy orchestrated pump and dump by a few guys that run that thread, that Wall Street Bets?
We don't
like
know.
Getting all these guys to gang up and pump the market so they could fucking sell the top.
As long as fucking Wall Street got fucked over for a bunch of money, I'm happy.
They're still telling people to hold. You know what I'm saying?
It's not about. Well, like they is such a broad term now when there's 8 million people in the fucking subreddit. Like,
they are just a hedge fund now.
Yeah,
like they're saying that.
They could be anybody and anything now. There's so many bots that the moderators are having to deal with all fucking night. Like you can't even post at night anymore. It's nothing but bots. You literally like the bots, like the moderators wake up in the morning and they fucking have to go through all the bullshit, delete all the comments from the bots, and then you can somewhat actually browse through some reasonable fucking posts.
Imagine how many posts,
bro. I mean, there's like probably like 5 to 10 moderators that are going to fucking filter through millions of posts. Good luck, man. This whole thing
was just a straight strong arm robbery. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane, man. Just the way it's going out, and so I mean that's Portnoy there, and then there was Then there was the fucking same thing with Portnoy.
Oh, he's
like,
claiming he bought
sold
the
at the
absolute
exact
high
bottom.
on those stocks and sold the exact bottom. Lost
Well,
700K.
you're an
People are
idiot.
calling me a suit and
I mean,
a pussy.
Like,
I may be a pussy, but I'm definitely not a suit.
No, you're a suit because you fucking
you're-
like you're a suit from trying to make your subscribers follow you on this trade. Like, don't make it public. Don't no one needs to fucking know. If you're doing this just for yourself, just fucking like remember when Chamath came on TV? He's like, yeah, man, a couple of days ago I did a trade. I threw 150,000 in just to try it out, just to see what everybody's doing, and I cashed out.
Yeah.
He didn't talk about it as he was doing it. He came on the news a
after,
couple of days later. He's like, yeah,
You
man,
know,
I did
and I
jump
donated
in
it
just to see what the fuck people were doing, so
charity.
I didn't miss out on it, and just to see how the hell the market moves when shit like this is going on.
Yeah.
I'm just studying the market with $150,000, and that made sense.
But I do think he tweeted about it prior to making his purchase, and I think a lot of people followed him on that.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Chamath has some respect, though. I mean, he's a billionaire, and he talks shit about billionaires. That's why I like him, because he puts their feet to the fire, and he's one of them.
Yeah.
He's like, no, fuck these billionaires. Let them lose their money. Let these companies fail. It's not like he's.
But at
trying
least
to-
And they're not clout chasers. They're not
Yeah,
they're like
he's-
this guy just trying to fucking get a subscribe through anything.
But I don't
dude,
think
looks
I
like
don't,
a
I don't think he
douchebag
was
motherfucker.
telling people to hold though. I don't think I remember anything like that.
I
Like
didn't
hold
remember
on. Because honestly, that seems like the type of thing a pump and dump scam artist would tell people: hold, so that price continues to go
Yeah,
up,
I mean,
and then
no-
boom, they sell the fucking top, leaving
Yeah.
everyone they told to hold in the dust.
No,
You know, like I'm just kind of
no
skeptical
one buys
on all
fucking stocks to
sides.
hold forever. I mean, that's not what trading is. Like, so there is no holding forever. But if you guys bought this whole fucking waiting for a squeeze, and you bought it with the funds that you can afford to hold it,
yeah.
then just fucking hold it. Like, if
Yeah.
I have to hold mine for fucking years,
Yeah,
no problem holding it
exactly.
for fucking years. I'll just hold them for years.
Yeah.
I'll find out what the fuck happens. Like, it is
Yeah,
what
if
it is
it's
at
money,
this point. That's
yeah,
just
if
my
it's
own
money
personal.
you could afford to lose, then yeah, it's worth
This is
holding
the
it
one
and
stock
see-
I'm not trading as normal. Normally,
and
yeah,
see how it plays out.
I'll ask Billy to give me some TA on my stocks, and then I'll set a stop loss somewhere. And then when it goes down, I'll pick back up more, and then I'll just keep trading that way.
I watched this YouTube video with Kevin O'Leary talking about this whole GameStop situation, and he made some good points. Because you can look up short interest, long interest on specific stocks, and that's what these guys did. They saw that there's this huge influx of short positions open on GameStop, so they
said,
busted
"Fuck
the
that."
squeeze.
Yeah.
But what Kevin O'Leary is
Yeah, what
saying
was he
now
saying?
is that the average person,
It's
Main
gonna lose, yeah.
No, Main Street now has the power because if the
because-
hedge funds continue to pull crazy over leveraged short
we
positions,
could actually see that.
they're the target now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
saying?
so here's the thing with that though too is Melvin Capital and Melvin Capital said, oh, we're not going to, or it was a Citadel. They were like, we're not going to make like the way they framed it. They worded it as if they're not going to. Short anymore. They're like, oh, they did a certain type of phrasing where it's like, oh, we're not going to short anymore. But if you really read it, they said we're not going to make our shorts public anymore.
Yeah, we're not gonna short anymore today.
It means they said we're not going to make our shorts public, so that means they're just not going to tell you what they shorted. They're not going to release the information now, so now you're not going to be able to know what they're shorting.
Is that gotta be
That
illegal?
can't be legal. How is that even
How's
allowed?
that?
How can you have undisclosed
How could
shorts?
you-
If you're a hedge fund and your investors are shorted in anything, that has to be public record, especially if you have the public's money.
well, I know there's
'cause
volume
how is
I would think
indicators.
so.
There's
I mean,
volume,
I'm a retard, so I don't know.
there's
Yeah,
volume
I
indicators that
fucking-
you can look up online
So I'm
through
saying
different
you have to
exchange
be able to know.
websites, and they
It
can
has to-
show you how much short interest is put in.
Yeah,
you know,
I've
people
seen
use heat
websites.
map charts
Yeah.
and all that stuff to see, who's shorting, who's long, and how much in volume is ready to
Heat map.
long. So I know there's ways that people can get in there and see
where the volume's at.
Yeah,
who's
on
shorting.
specific
I was gonna
stocks,
say,
but-
that can't be private.
But back to his point, what Kevin O'Leary was saying was, this was a proof of concept with the forums, the internet.
they could do, yeah.
The internet, what the average person can do, what Main Street can do is, combine together, build an army, target who's, basically target fucking these big old hedge funds who have been, who have been manipulating the markets for as long as they have.
You can't push us around forever.
We can
homie.
see.
We're coming for you. We're coming to your houses. We're coming to steal your children. Okay, maybe not, but we're coming to fuck you up.
Hide your wife, hide your kids.
The hedge fund.
Hide your kids.
The hedge funds are coming. The hedge funds are the targets now for the little guys who take their money, and it's going to make them think twice about busting such huge over-leveraged short positions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I don't even know if there's going to have to be a cap limit on the amount of shorts you can. I mean, you shouldn't be able to short past 100% of a company anyway. First of all, I don't even know if 100% of a company should be allowed. But I'm not smart enough to understand that. But I know up to past 100%. I'm smart enough to know at least past 100% of a company shouldn't be able to be short.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, and I'm pissed.
Well, and then just all the fucking the stock manipulation with we're gonna find out when the investigation happens and no one decides to sell their stocks and they actually have to I want to see my stock. How do I see it?
How do I want the piece of
There's
paper?
There's only 67 million out there. So listen, how many shares were manipulated and created? That's gonna be the real question. We'll find out how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, I just don't. Like I said, I just don't understand how price has fallen to as low as it is right now if people didn't sell. If a lot of these people were still holding on, even the big guys that were in profit over $13 million that say that they didn't sell, then who the hell is selling? Who is selling this much that's allowing price to go down?
Well, if you read the theories online, which some of them sorry?
I was saying some crackheads on the corner got some GameStop stock. Hey, I got some of them GameStop, man.
Bro, there was that crackhead that was screaming outside. He was standing outside of a GameStop a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah.
He was
hey.
high on PCP just screaming stonks. He's just screaming stonks, stonks. And 36 hours later, they arrested him.
Are you serious? Where was this? Oh, man.
I have to look it up.
I wonder if Citadel, since they're the clearinghouse for, Robinhood, I wonder if they're just popping up all these shares out of nowhere and just selling those shares.
I think what I heard was that ladder trading. Have you heard of what that was?
Yeah, but we'll let you know what the fuck.
It's definitely targeted and manipulated movement. They're you can, if you look at the volume shares of how they're selling, it's perfect 100 incremental blocks, 100 they're blocks of 100 shares.
Exact same amount.
The exact same. Well, they're the exact same amount and slightly increasing or decreasing.
Yeah.
Where they're laddering the price to move a certain way.
Okay.
So they're literally creating this price movement. They're manipulating the market.
Gotcha.
Which it makes I understand it happens in crypto all the time because we know crypto is an unregulated market. It's fucking the Wild West. You can do whatever the fuck you want right now. But you would think the stock market's way more regulated than that.
No.
But obviously, it's fucking not.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it's. I wish I understood it a little bit better, but it's all just sounds like crazy talk to me. All this manipulation. It's nuts.
Yeah, it is. So I just wanted to add on to the whole thing with Portnoy. So Portnoy is definitely one of the major sellouts from this whole movement that's going on with GameStop and Wallstreetbets right now. So another sellout that we had. Well, I don't even want to call him a sellout. He's always been a fucking sellout. I mean, that was the reason he went to prison. I mean, yeah, they made a movie on him, but I mean, the so said Wolf of Wall Street.
Is this the Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah,
dude?
Jordan Belfort. Okay. He's first. Everybody on this Wall Street bet forums is giving him praise and liking his tweets and sharing his posts, and it's why the fuck are you guys doing this? He has nothing to do with the movement, zero to do with the movement. Yeah, they call him the Wolf of Wall Street, but he has zero to do with this. He's a fucking scam artist, has been since day one. He even this post right here. He's talking about the what's this guy's name? Soggy Poop Sock. Shout out to Soggy Poop Sock for the fucking post.
Toasty Wimbledon.
I mean, the guy. The SEC has never sent anybody to prison. He's the first, one of the only people that they've sent to prisons. You know how fucked up of a person you have to be to get sent to prison by the SEC. You have to be on another level of illegal and a horrible piece of shit.
You would have to watch the movie. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen that movie to see how fucking nuts they were.
So stop. He's a fucking piece of shit. I mean, the movie was good, but that was because of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with this douche.
He's a douchebag. Yeah,
and he will take advantage of you as much as he fucking can, and he's doing it with the situation, using the situation to try to promote his own brand. So he's coming into these forums, gaining likes, and trying to pull people over to his channel where he's gonna sell you some bullshit garbage book, self-help.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train you how to think like a wolf,
think
act like a wolf, trade like a wolf, be a wolf. You want to be a wolf?
penny
Be a wolf
stocks.
today. Buy my book. That's what this fucking piece of shit's gonna do to you. So stay away from him. Stay away from his posts. Don't promote his garbage. And that's all I got to say about that fuck.
Fuck him.
It's the Cryptardz, y'all. We'll be right back. Let's grow Cryptard community. It's your boys Billy, Brandon, and Ruhz back at it from that quick break. We're going to jump into our next topic. So our next topic for you guys is an update on what's going on with Jen Yellen and the bullshit she be pulling. Billy, what's going on with that bullshit?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so, you know, it was recent news that, you know, Citadel and the relationship with Robinhood and all the sketchy shit that they've been up to with, you know, everything we've just been talking about, freezing buy options and only making people sell, and, you know, class action lawsuits that are supposed to be being enforced against Robinhood. Mm-hmm. Well, there's news that she's actually been paid almost $1 million by Citadel for like previous meetings through about three private meetings that she spoke at, you know, because she's like this economic and market expert, you know, so she'll speak at these meetings for these hedge funds to kind of she talks to the Wall Street hedge funds and basically on her foresight on where the markets are going, how the economy is doing, so that they can gain a better understanding of where to put their investors' money.
Wink,
you know?
wink, yeah, wink.
But you know,
I'm gonna say this sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
but yeah, they've paid her $800,000 from 2019 to 2020 to speak at 3 meetings. But between 2019 and 2020, she's actually made $7 million for speaking for other events outside of just Citadel's event. You know,
Palantir,
so it goes to show it's like, okay, well, all these class action lawsuits that are going that Robinhood's getting hit with, well, you know, knowing that she's been paid all this money by these hedge funds, she's in bed with these guys, you know, and it's just a cover. You know, these guys pay her all this money so that, you know, later down the line, if they do get caught up in some fishy shit, they know they got her, like, good relationship. She's in bed with them.
Yeah, it's bribery. It's legal bribery. And they've been doing this for decades.
To get bribery across the table, you know, like, so it's doubtful.
A suitcase of money.
It's doubtful that anything like prison, like Dave Portnoy wanted to see prison sentences. It's doubtful that that's even going to happen because
she's the Treasury Secretary. She helps make these laws, and she's got a bag full of money. Like, I'll send you all to jail.
This person that's supposed to be enforcing legal action towards Robinhood's sketchy moves, as well as, you know, working with SEC. I mean, it's all very doubtful that anything prison-wise is going to happen. Maybe just like we said earlier, some kind of fine, and they're going to go on their happy way. And you know.
I mean, 800,000, bro. That seems like a fucking huge number. Like, I don't give a fuck how smart you are. Like, to show up for a speech and to get what she probably talked for like 15, 20 minutes, maybe maximum 45 minutes on stage.
An hour, even if
she just gave her thoughts and she's getting 800,000. We know that's like
money
laundering 101.
It's low key hush money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna overpay you all this money to speak, but just so you know, in the future, you better have our back. We better have our back, and this is one of those examples of when they need her back. You know, that's why they pay her all that money, is so that she has their back when they get into some fucking scandalous shit.
Whoever this girl is in the red suit, like I remember, I saw this press interview. I didn't even know what I was watching. They asked her about Jen Yellen, and I just remember her brushing off the question so quick and with such fucking like.
Is she the new press secretary? I think
whoever she is, she was just like, she's a financial expert. Like it's normal for her to get paid. It's
normal for her to get that kind of money.
She dismissed it like so condescendingly and that's the problem. Like, I'm not political in any kind of way, but there's a way, there's a tone that's being used right now where if you question anything, you're condescending.
You don't know what you're talking about. She deserves that money.
Like, go fuck yourself. No, that's not normal.
These people are all in bed together, and I don't know if you've seen a picture of Janet Yellen, but that's not an OnlyFans page I want to be watching. And they're all in bed together.
There she is.
Doing it, and I'm not watching this show, okay? And she should not be giving advice to anybody.
If I woke up to that face staring at me, holy shit, bro, I would just probably go off myself.
That's like one
of my nightmares right there. Like you wake, like it's like lightning outside, and there's like a rocking chair with an old lady, and like the lightning flashes, and you just see Janet Yellen looking at you through the window,
there's a big black,
back and forth.
There's a big black
rocking
pot,
chair,
and she's sitting there stirring the big black pot in the back of the White House, like, yeah, we're gonna have a speech today, and
hey man,
some fucking candles and shit.
She
like
made $7 million in a 2-year time span just for talking at private hedge fund.
Were they paying her
events.
to talk or paying her to leave? Look at this. I would be like, yeah, just go, please. We're gonna have nightmares now.
She's supposedly one of the smartest people and biggest experts on the markets.
But they say that about every other dude.
What do you mean smartest people?
But it's just,
like
I mean, no matter how
old.
smart she is,
well, maybe that's why she's so smart. She's been around for 4 million years. I'd be smart too if I was.
It's obvious she's smart and corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Because, and another thing on top of all this, what I read was they think that all these class action lawsuits won't even get anywhere in court because in the user agreement, when you sign up for an account on Robinhood, it says in the fine print that they have the ability to shut off all buying.
For any reason,
volatility reasons at any
or
time.
anything like that. But, it's in there.
So
it's
basically, when you sign up for an account, you're agreeing that they can do that. So
they're wondering if that will supersede the amount of money people lost. So it'll set some kind of a precedent of whether or not.
Well, there's no way to figure out how much money people lost because so many people couldn't get in. People were auto sold out. How did those people going to figure out their missed gains or potential gains, losses that they're owed or?
I guess it'll matter how many people actually filed and said, "Hey, I was trying to buy. Look, I was trying to buy." And if they get 1 million people that show I had money, I'm trying to buy this.
I have plenty of proof of screenshots of like me trying to buy like limited, like you can't place this order. You can't place this order.
So if enough people they have like, look, we have 4 million screenshots of these people trying to buy this stock. Maybe that would be enough. I don't know how it works with these criminals.
She's in bed with these hedge funds big time.
Gross.
And,
disgusting.
It's all fucking more corrupt bullshit, man. It's crazy.
I'm fucking gonna throw up in my mouth.
And they want to continue to control all the new innovation that cryptocurrency is bringing. That's fucking.
Well, they can't. That's great about it.
In the U.S., they can try, but it's just not a.
I mean, look at XRP. I thought that was going to go bye-bye just because usually the United States, when they set some kind of laws financially, it reverberates throughout the world because we control the dollar. Basically, the dollar used to be backed by gold. Now it's backed by idiots with guns, the military. We don't like what you're doing. We're gonna come fuck up your country.
It's gonna be so fucking crazy.
You can't do that with Bitcoin.
Watch the dollar's gonna be backed by Bitcoin in like 50
years. It's going to be. You can't. It's
the dollar backed by Bitcoin.
It's the money for peace. You can't put a gun to some country like we're taking your Bitcoin. You can't hack it. Can't do anything.
I mean, that's what they're going to go to. We're going to the government's going to have a stable coin, and that's what all they're going to send out. That's what it's going to be.
Well, yeah.
Overall, it's just sad to see
crypto in general.
It's just sad to see and learn that the people that we all vote for to be in these political positions that are supposed to be there to enforce the laws are just doing the fucking opposite.
I sure as fuck didn't vote for her. Yeah. I'm voting for her to be thrown off the island.
We should be able to do that. We should be able to vote people out. Like, there should be able to...
Term limits.
Yeah, not even term limits. I mean, she was just appointed by Biden, so she's someone that the incoming administration has to appoint by them. Like, so they're not even. So she's not even voted in by the people. I'm pretty sure the people would have stopped that garbage from happening.
I'm pretty sure Biden selected her to be his Secretary of Treasury.
Who knows who paid how much for that to happen? But if someone with that much interest, like personal interest in the finance, like.
And
for themselves,
bad player,
it's a conflict of interest.
It's such a conflict of interest. She should not even be able to be involved in politics because of her previous ties to, or not even in politics, in that specific department of politics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She should have nothing to do in the financial sector of of politics.
Yeah.
Just because of how much she's tied in with this whole institutional side. Like she's completely in their pockets.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous how this stuff even happens still to this day.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
We're gonna have to get
fucking Janet Yellen.
We have to get some warlocks to cast some spells against her for the ones that she's casting back there in the fucking behind the White House. Who knows what kind of crazy.
Citadel is the one that pays her, the one that's at the bottom of this whole fucking problem going on right now with Robinhood and GameStop and all the other exchanges. So I mean, Citadel, that's who she's in. That's who she's hand in hand with.
Yeah, it's crime.
It's all corrupt.
It's fucking mafia.
It's just crazy to see, like, you know, you get one corrupt fucking, like, they all talk about how scandalous the election supposedly was, and then it's like all the stuff with the stock market, and then you do your research and you find out who's controlling the exchange that shut down, and then the Secretary of Treasury is also in bed with these companies and these hedge funds, and it's like, who the fuck is here to control these people from
big financial orgy? And I'm disgusted.
corrupt
I'm
shit,
surprised
you know?
I have
Like,
not thrown up yet.
we need the fucking Rock to come down here and lay the smack down.
Fucking candy ass, lay the smack down.
Someone needs to come in here and
The
just
fucking Rock.
You know what's
Got the
fucking
Rock.
crazy? Is like
Yeah.
in maybe 8 years, I can see The Rock being president. I can see Dwayne Johnson being president.
Would not be surprised.
I wouldn't. Like, Idiocracy is one of my favorite movies of all time. And like,
we've already lived through
it's been played out
Yeah,
for so long. I can totally
It is
see
an
it.
idiocracy. So we need you guys to buy Bitcoin. Save yourselves. This is why we're here, okay? I know we're cryptards, but this is the whole point of the channel, is to get out of this system and burn it down, okay?
Well, I mean, other than all that, you know, we got some very bullish news in the crypto aspect of the trading world.
Oh yeah,
We got this Visa. Visa's
Yeah,
making some moves.
Yeah. Visa up in that. What's happening?
We went kind of on a long
I sent-
tangent there with all this GameStop stuff. We haven't even gotten to the crypto
I
yet.
don't know
that's
what's
true.
happening, man. What is this, man? What are these cryptards doing?
I mean,
Look at this. Look at this.
as much
Visa.
as of a cryptard, I'm also a stock tard. So
Visa.
So what's going on with the whole Visa news? So Visa announced they announced Bitcoin with what? What is this?
So they're basic, yeah.
So yeah, they're creating their own digital platform for their network of over 70 million people to begin buying cryptocurrencies, you know?
So that's 70 million more people that probably don't even really have exposure to Bitcoin. You know what I mean? You're
that's
talking
huge
about
for the
your
crypto market.
You know, that's
So 70 million new
That's good.
active,
They-
well, not active, but potential users.
users.
They see
so.
what PayPal did, and they gave their whole database
Pay-
access
yeah.
to buy cryptos,
Well-
and you know all that fresh fiat
It's
coming into
fucking
the
easy.
system.
It's
you know,
easy.
so-
PayPal just came out with one of their quarterly earnings, and it was one of the largest that they've had in years.
I think that could be a mixture of things, though,
Yeah,
too.
but
I mean,
it's-
there's a lot of stuff
it's
going
one,
on with the...
To me, it's 1 and 2. I understand the pandemic, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
this
people
was
are
a
getting stimulus
significant-
checks in. A lot of people are getting automatic direct deposit. So now, when you have that money sitting in your PayPal account, obviously you're going to be using your PayPal debit card. They're making transaction fees. You're using your account to do recurring payments. You're like they're making fees, left and right.
But,
you're sending money. You're making like so.
But who uses PayPal as their main transfer?
I hate PayPal. Every time I
PayPal owns Venmo.
Every time I use
okay,
PayPal
yeah.
with eBay, they want to see my receipts for all this. I got into some crazy shit. I sold an old phone that I had, right? And I bought it.
And here we go.
I bought it
Yeah,
straight
the
up.
SEC after us now.
I bought
What'd
it
you
straight.
do?
I bought an iPhone way back in the day, and I sold it on eBay.
fucking
Right?
hacked it into
but then
it.
they wouldn't release the funds from the buyer without the original receipt. Well, I had already fucking mailed the phone off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh,
So now they won't
man.
release my
You're
funds. So
selling
I don't like dealing. I don't like dealing with
selling
PayPal,
burner
man.
phones
makes sense.
online.
No,
and
that was my real. That was my actual phone that I bought from.
yeah,
Verizon.
eBay could get.
But yeah, I mean,
You know,
anyways,
ridiculous.
Back to the Visa news. You know, so basically, what this article is saying is they're creating their own crypto software program that they plan to use to help banks roll out crypto buying and trading services. They've already partnered with 35 crypto platforms, and they're going to be using a company called First Boulevard's APIs to connect with Anchorage, the first approved U.S. national digital asset bank, who will be the overall custodian of Bitcoin and other current cryptocurrencies. So basically, you have the Anchorage holding all the Bitcoin,
custodying
all the supply.
Yeah. They're like the gold vault.
Then you got First Boulevard, who's the API, who's going to be
so
able
that's
to
the software that's going to connect
Visa.
Okay.
And Visa's connected with all the banks and
all their merchants.
So, all
so you're basically going to be able to use Visa at any of these merchants eventually, right? With your card, right? Automatically.
So wait, so what's going on is with their card? So Visa is going to sell Bitcoin, but they're not actually going to hold it. So you're a card holder. Then there's Visa. You buy Bitcoin, so you go through Visa. They route the transaction to these guys, who then sell you the Bitcoin, and then it goes into your Visa account.
Well, so Visa's creating their own crypto software program, right? So it's
they'll be able to convert it themselves.
It's going to be connected to an API through this company, Anchorage, First Boulevard, right? The API that allows...
So your money is always going to stay in their account, and they're just going to...
convert it as you use it, right? If you're using it at any of their merchants that take Visa...
Well, if you...
there'll be an maybe there'll be an option on the keypad eventually. Do you want to use your crypto? I mean...
Well, let's say you're on this new Visa crypto buying platform, right? And you click buy one Bitcoin, right? Well, your transaction is going to go through that middleman API. They're going to send the buy order to the custodian, Anchorage. It's going to be sent back through the API, and you're going to receive your Bitcoin through that. But the big thing about this is just their network.
It's Visa.
Visa's network is 70 million people, so that's like a whole new
it's regardless
of people,
if it's going
smooth
or not.
Are they going to charge their credit card fucking 3%, like 3%?
I don't know if they're going to be able to get away with that anymore now with crypto, how it's going. I don't know how they'll get away with it.
And then how are you insured? Because now your money isn't in a cold wallet. It's definitely stored somewhere else, that
some U.S. regulated.
So is it insured
wallet?
The same way?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
insured for dollar values? Are they going to insure your actual crypto in its amount? Are they going to insure you for just the value it was in the dollars when it was lost, or if it was lost, or at the time that they pay you out? Like, there's so much stuff that they're going to have to
I think they'd have to do it. They'd have to
cut.
do it in the whatever. Because there'd be so many fluctuations. I would think they'd have to do a 1-to-1.
Just 1-to-1
What you know what I
ratio.
mean? Would that be easier? It's like, okay,
It
you
would
had a
make sense.
Bitcoin. I mean,
But then how do they insure? Yeah, so I mean,
you mean look at how many? I mean, they always find ways to insure almost anything. I'm sure they'll
mean,
figure
if
out a
there's
way.
J-Lo insured her ass. That's
Yeah,
true.
they'll figure out some way to write it off. And
I mean, if there's an
they're
insurance
the
company
the
out
fact of
there,
the matter is that Visa is getting involved with Bitcoin. It does not matter. It's good for whether even if they just flopped.
All right, since my job is always to fucking pick out flaws, so here's another potential flaw. All right, so if they are getting in the game, this creates a whole new liquidity market in the crypto sphere. Like, we're talking about, these big players are used to playing with margin, so they're used to putting in a certain amount of money and getting 10 times their money and playing with that. Like, that's how they run everything. They don't they don't have all the money that they technically have out, like that you see. Their net worths aren't that much, and cash holdings is usually only about 1/10 of that, and then they get margin. They can buy, sell more than they actually have, as long as they have something in there for them to hold. So
fractional reserve crimes. So, this is as long as they're getting in. For me, it's good because I'm a hodler. I hodl.
I understand that, but that makes
that makes them have to buy it off of us.
That gives them the right to play with margin on crypto and pump up the price on an inflated value. That's actually like the actual money that, like, and this is just, I'm a retard, so I don't know if this is true, but in my head I'm like, if they're actually getting 10 times their money to play in the market with, that's going to bump up the price 10 times than it actually should be, because that's not real money that they're fucking playing with.
No, I get it, but I think that just with the Bitcoin, the system, the algorithm will account for that once they get in. I mean, just like, you have leverage trading now with Bitcoin, and we're a lot less volatile than we've been. I mean, you got ask Billy.
We're not less volatile. We're having 10% swings still on a daily basis.
But that 10% swings are going to be. We used to go 30, 50, 60, 80% in these bull runs, drops. I mean, when I say stable in Bitcoin, it's stable, but it's getting less volatile compared to how it used to be in the last runs we had.
This is true. Okay, well, I don't even know. It's hard to even say that because all the gains that we're looking at right now came in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
So I can't even say that. That's super volatility. We're talking about past 100% gains in the past 2 months. That's volatile as fuck. Look at a monthly chart. We're talking
gains.
If you look at an hourly chart, it doesn't look volatile. But if you look at a daily chart or a monthly chart, it looks insane.
No, it does. But I think overall with Visa getting into
it's going to create market stability
for
sure. I think there's going to be huge market stability created.
And
the more people that come into the game, the more it will lower the volatility, right? It will stabilize more. It will become more. I can't even say it'll become more like the stock market.
Visa,
we've seen the stock market this past week. It's fucking insane. Shit's pumping and dumping 10% every single day. I have stocks that are up and down 10% on a fucking daily basis that aren't even involved with this whole GameStop or like BlackBerry or AMC situation. Like none of that stuff that's going on.
I'm putting all my fucking money in Bitcoin. Like stocks,
buy Bitcoin now.
Everything that's going on in the world. I trust Bitcoin more than I trust my mom. I mean,
they're estimating that Visa's crypto software is going to be set to launch later this year. So
already.
Imagine.
Was it how many months ago where Visa was anti-Bitcoin?
Well, they know they're behind the game. They're just looking at PayPal's profits. They're looking at these profits like Cash App's making.
They're all coming. They're all
super easy to use money platforms that everyone's already on have made it crypto so easily accessible and simple. Yeah. Like I think the easiest way I've ever seen to get crypto, which we're gonna make a video for you guys here soon. It should be releasing here. We'll put a link down below and just keep up with our uploads to see when it comes out. But the easiest way I've found so far, like just quickest and fastest, was Cash App. I'm like, how the fuck is this so easy? Out of everywhere, this is the fastest and easiest way that I've fucking seen to even get it, and it's so instant.
The only downside with Cash App is obviously you can only market buy on Cash App.
True.
So let's say, Bitcoin's dipping, buy the dip. Well, by the time you go to buy, let's say fucking a high time frame supports at 30K and you're waiting for it to hit 30K.
Yeah.
Well, it drops to 30K. You click market buy. Well, it's gonna jump so fast. Okay, now you just bought 34K.
So I'm not saying Bitcoin like it's the best place to buy Bitcoin. I was
just
saying
it's the quickest.
The quickest and easiest. If in my head I was like, you need $20 in Bitcoin? Bam, bam, bam. Here's $20 in Bitcoin. That would be the fastest way in my head to do it. Like I don't think I've seen a faster way. The other ways are great for trading, but we're gonna make a whole video for you guys on that. That'll be linked down below.
The simpler it is for the common people, like us. That's the more it's gonna be integrated into society. People are like, oh, let me send you some. Pretty soon they're just gonna be bumping phones together. Like, oh, you need some Bitcoin, Pink.
Yeah,
when it gets to that point when it's when your grandma could use it, like, hey Billy, I got that game for you. I got some Bitcoin, and this zaps it to you. Once normal everyday people can just send it, buy it easily.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take that mass developing to get it that ease of use where it's like at a dollar value, where it's all done in crypto, but it's converted in a dollar value that people already understand. So I can get on an app and I just put in $10, bam, and like you do that phone tap that you just said. I tap this phone.
People get confused.
It's going to be when you give them Satoshis.
Like, I need 487,000 Satoshis. Can you hurry up and send me that shit, Grandma?
Grandma, you got that $20 you owe me? Like, how many Satoshis is that?
So it has to be simplified, which we're trying to do it for you guys just by way of how simple we are.
Because I mean, so if you have to personally secure like a high value of crypto, it does get a little tricky and stuff. So I mean, it's like these ways that they've made, like with some of these apps, they've super simplified it just to hold a little bit of crypto and not give a fuck about.
That's what held me off at first getting into it when I looked at a Bitcoin address. I was like, oh man, this is some scammer stuff, man. What is this? XZ equals MC squared. Fucking. This is definitely a scam. It scared me off. I'm like, but I can't. Am I gonna take some coding classes?
I mean, if you look at any technology, though, it develops after they they develop the user interface. Like when the user interface becomes more usable by mass adoption, like more people can easily use it. Like
user friendly.
The more user friendly it becomes, the more it's gonna have mass adoption.
Yeah, and it's come, and so we're in the beginning. You could make money. You can make a lot of money.
I know it's the times
I'm gonna make a lot more money.
It's the times where it's like you have all the Bitcoin skeptics that are going to be left in the dust when all these big players are coming in and everyone's still skeptical.
We're not gonna do that to you guys. I'm gonna pick you up out of the dust. I'm gonna brush you off. I'm gonna give you a couple Satoshis and I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna show you the way. I'm gonna hold you in my arms like a baby. I'm gonna show you the way.
Cryptard community, it's your boys, the Cryptards. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next topic.
So you're gonna introduce the lesson? So we're gonna get on to the technical analysis part, but first, Billy wants to show you guys a lesson on how to calculate your risk using the long tool.
That's right. Let's grow, Cryptard community. We're back at it. We got Billy here. He's gonna show you what to do with his long tool. So, Billy, let's get into this lesson about how to use your long tool.
Alrighty, guys, what's going on? So yeah, I wanted to do a little lesson here. Pretty cool trick. I know we've been talking a lot about risk management.
It's like two long tools on the screen.
How to calculate your risk using the long tool is a pretty nifty trick if you don't feel like busting out the calculator and doing a bunch of equations. So I'll show you guys something right now.
You got like a whole interracial like long tool situation going on there.
It's a rainbow.
It's a long tool orgy.
Is this in the software? The trading view?
It's in the software.
The long tool is in the software.
You're going to go over to your tools, right?
Or
you're
your
going to pick the long
hard
tool.
drive?
Now, just for an example, right? I'm expecting this 12-hour supply red zone right here to hold if we make a move down and tap it, right? So let's say you aren't in a position right now. Let's say you haven't been, this is maybe your first episode you've been watching, so you didn't get a chance to get filled on these lower bids, right? So let's say you're looking to get in. I'm expecting to bounce in this region, right? So let's say you enter right there, right? Now let's say you want to calculate your risk. So you can double click on the long tool, right? And it has a cool feature in here. So for our example, we're going to say that we have a $10,000 total trading account. So in your wallet, you have $10,000 to trade with, nothing more, nothing less, 10 grand. You choose a risk amount of 2%, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. You're going to, obviously, we're just for example, we're going to say we're going to buy here. You can use the long tool along with your stop loss. So let's say you want the stop loss below this 12-hour supply. Place your stop loss below it, right? So, and this part doesn't matter. Your take profit doesn't matter. But the cool part about it is if you look over here to where it says quantity, it'll show you based on your $10,000 trading account and you wanting to risk only 2%, it automatically shows you the quantity, the amount of Bitcoin you can buy at this level to risk 2% with your stop loss right below the 12-hour supply, right? And if you move the stop loss around, that quantity will change, right?
Okay. And the stop loss is where you get taken out of the trade.
Yeah, basically that's, you want to, if price falls below here, you want to be taken out.
Right there at the stop loss.
Yeah.
So for people that don't understand, so it's just basically taking you out of your position.
Yeah, so the exit point doesn't matter. It's all about, like, let's say for another example, let's say you're only working
how
with,
you get in.
Let's say you're only working with $3,000, right? And you're looking to risk 2% on this trade. Or let's do 3% for a different example, right? So you got $3,000 you're looking to put on this 12-hour supply, which would be your total account. And like it's kind of veering off of the path of what we've been saying to split your buys into different sections. We've been buying 25% here, 25% there. We've been gauging the market fluctuations and calculating our risk and our potential add-on amounts as the market's been moving around. But just for the example's sake, if you were looking to buy in one zone and one zone only, and you thought, like I do, if you think this is going to hold up and bounce and reverse, you're gonna do just like I showed you. $3,000 for this example, account size, 3% at risk. You want your stop loss right here. It's going to say, okay, you can buy 0.063 Bitcoins, right? So let's say 0.063 times current price is 37, we'll just say 37,300. So you can buy about $2,350 on this 12-hour supply with a 4% stop loss to only risk 3%. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's super
Figure it
clever.
out, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're doing day trading and like you're setting your stop losses. This is a clever, quick way to do it.
Yeah, but it basically shows you for that one spot, that one spot. This is where you can buy.
So you set the stop loss below the supply level of like a test zone.
Yeah, because
so basically, if it goes through that test zone,
it's going to keep falling.
right? It's going to keep going if it goes through there.
So if it falls below our stop loss, we're going to be taken out of the game, and we're going to lose 3%.
Because you wouldn't want to put your stop loss in the middle of the zone, right? You want to put it where the zone is, like right below it,
where the support ends.
Yeah, because
that's what I was trying to say.
I mean,
that's our part then.
Technical invalidation would be
what's that? Technical.
Basically, if we lose this low right here, chances are looking a little more bearish than expected. Some people would
cut that in half.
Some people would put it there, but it would cause you to have a 10% stop loss, and you'd only
lose
be able
10% of your money.
You'd be able to. You want to be able to buy as much Bitcoin
to only risk 3%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a $3,000 trading account, what it's doing now is it's telling you can only buy
half, about
0.025 Bitcoins, right? So
about 20
at 37,300. So it's basically saying you can buy $930 worth of Bitcoin on this level right here, and a 10% stop
10%.
Loss to only risk 3%.
Oh, risk 3%.
So, $90-something dollars.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
if you don't
that's how to calculate your risk with the long tool, which I think is super useful.
That really is.
I have to use my long tool.
If that helped you guys,
more.
be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below.
Smash the like button.
Yeah, Hulk smash.
Do it like you fucking mean it, okay?
Yeah, you.
I don't have to come find you guys.
So, guys, it is the first week of February, so let's get into some trade analysis with Billy. Let's see what's going on in the Bitcoin market. What do you think is going to happen this week with Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Let's go to the
and
chat.
I would just like to point out that I was just a week behind on my call of 37K in the first episode. I called 37. I'm just a week behind. We're there.
That's what I'm talking about.
I told you, Cryptardz.
He did. He's going. He's going hard.
Just a little. I'm just a little slow. My long tool has not been functional.
All right,
I just haven't been using it.
Billy seems to have two up here. You probably take one of his.
Man, it's fine. It's fine.
So if you guys have been following our previous episodes, we had our first bid that got filled. We had our second bid down here at this swing low.
Oh, so we did get it?
No, we didn't get it.
20, it was 27, huh?
Yeah. So we had our bid 2 on our bear scenario at this swing low around 27.7. I think I had it set at like 28 in case we front ran it a bit, but the bear scenario didn't play out. We ended up reversing. So our second place for our bid 2 on the bullish scenario was a retest of this 12-hour supply. I originally said I was waiting for something like this to happen before buying that retest, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of digging the whole slow and controlled buy pressure moving upwards. It wasn't this quick move up, this Elon pump right here that happened. It wasn't such a quick move up and a quick move down. We're on the 4-hour chart, so each candle is 4 hours.
Right.
It was nice, slow, and controlled. We got a 4-hour close above. So once it retested after that 4-hour close, I just market bought for 25% more to our position.
Okay, so we buy where at?
right on top of the 12-hour supply. So that is 35,540.
Okay. We're in the profit then.
Right?
We bought
so
there. All right.
that brought our average position up to 32,765, right?
That's our average? And we're at 37. We're doing pretty
that's
good.
The average buy after market buying the 4-hour retest right here.
Yeah.
So right now I have my stop loss placed right below this day one demand, which I'm expecting to hold. I'm already expecting this 12-hour supply, this red zone to hold if we do have a downward move. I'm expecting that to hold.
And that's where we at there, right there, 35 or something?
Where?
For that 12-hour supply you're saying that will hold? What do you
this is hold on,
what do you think we're doing this weekend?
All right, so that 12-hour supply is between $34,420 and $35,500. Right, so I'm expecting this to hold, but we're looking good, you know.
So do you think we're going to bounce off that? Where we go, you know what I mean? Should we buy if we go down there to 34?
I'm about to get into this. So I'm expecting it to hold, right? We have this 12-hour order block right here. That's another level of supply. This pink zone right here, right? You can see it acted as resistance. It cut through, but got sold off right away. And now we've seen another potential rejection as it tried to peak above it, right? There was a 6-hour order block right here, this green zone that price tried to bounce off of, saw a little bit more rejection. So until we get above this 12-hour supply and get a high time frame close above it, I can't lean bullish. Since we've gotten rejection here once again, I'm leaning semi-bearish, right? And the bearish strategy is this red line, right? So we broke above, got rejected. We bounced off this 6-hour demand order block. Wasn't quite impulsive. We may come down. We may follow this red line and bounce off this 12-hour supply. That's where I'm expecting to bounce. And I may even add another 25% to my position right there.
Okay.
I may do it. Just depends on how I'm feeling. If we do,
let me know because I might do it too.
If we do, if I do end up doing that, right, we gotta take into consideration what our new average is going to be, which our new average is going to move right above this this blue D1 demand. We can pull out our stop loss. Down to about 5.3%. Since we're only going to be filled 75% of our position, 5.31% is still only going to be risking about little over 2% of our total trading account.
Okay.
So that's the bearish side. The bullish side is another break above here, rejection at this day one supply, and then a retest of the H12 supply at the pink before potentially breaking above this day one supply and off to new highs, right? So it's just playing it level by level. You know, we got to break above here, close on high time frame. I'm expecting somewhat of a rejection here, a retest there. That's where I was originally planning on putting the extra 25%, but I think I may do it either way. I think I may add another 25% on another tap here, or if we break above, add it here, right? And then I'm holding all the way to. I'm gonna take my first take profit is gonna be around 53,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Billy.
I like that.
Next week we'll go over on how I came up with these specific targets using the trend-based fib extension. We'll save
have
that
a lesson on that for next week.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
I like your answers.
But yeah, so right now, I mean, things are looking bullish, right? So we broke above this key supply zone, right? We closed on high time frame. We're just seeing a little rejection from some other resistance zones. Things are still bullish. When I say bearish scenario, I mean short term. You know, it's just coming down, back down to retest this 12-hour supply that was so hard for us to break above and close on high time frames. So things are looking good right now.
We're just strengthening, man. Even if we do have little bit bearish divergences here and there. We're just consolidating and getting ready for that bull run.
Yep. So right now we're just like I was telling you guys earlier. I'm starting to look at these chop zones, these consolidation periods, as load up zones. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily looking to like buy here and sell here within this chop. I'm loading up. I'm looking at these opportunities as load up opportunities, you know, and so that once the real trend starts, you know, we have our average price is going to be balling. You know what I'm saying? We can hold
balling, Jack Collin,
we
can balling, Billy.
I want to see that when I buy Bitcoin. It just says your average price balling.
I mean, you know,
I want some dips to buy.
If you can get yourself average down in this lower, you know, registry, this midline, if we bust out. Let me see. Let me go.
The weekend is always so.
So if we bust out a range, right?
Range.
And we come over here. It's a little hard to see. Let me thicken up this line. Let me. There's so many fucking lines going on, but we're back above the midpoint, right? With the average price below the midpoint, and I think anywhere below the midpoint in this consolidation range is a pretty good spot. Because once we break off to new highs. I mean, we could start long on our longs, which we'll get more into in another segment. But right now we're just taking advantage of this chop to get the best average price before we lift off and onto new highs.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna lift off once Elon Musk's fucking rockets. We just don't want to land like one.
And like I said,
I like that one this week.
Once we're fully loaded and ready to go, I'm holding till 53K.
The future.
53K. That's trade point one. I'll probably take about 30 to 50% off the table. Look to compound on a dip, and then I'm holding till about 68,000.
What?
So,
bro,
this is a pretty long term play. You know, we can have scalp account for some. You know, scalps try to take advantage of the peaks and valleys and stuff like that, but this is a long-term hodl play right here. That's it for Bitcoin.
BTFD.
Just look for a break above this range. You know, I'm looking to add here and hodling.
I'm gonna try this weekend. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know next week how I did, but I'm gonna put some money on the side
Ethereum's just looking
and hope for a dip this weekend.
Yeah, we saw Ethereum was off to new highs, and also another thing, if you guys
Ethereum is undervalued.
I do pretty often I'll update once we see some market structure, whether it's bearish or bullish. I'll post some updates here in our Trading View ideas. So if you guys follow us on Trading View, you guys can get some more up to date setups and analysis instead of waiting every once a week and wondering what the hell we're thinking, what we're doing.
You can check out all the platforms.
You can get it live right there. But as far as Ethereum, right? So we got filled on bid 1 here, bid 2 here. So let me bust out the long tool.
Always love to hear that. So we bought in at both of those, huh?
Yeah, but you got to remember, we de-risked right around in this range.
Oh, fuck, man.
And then what happened was...
No. What you mean we de-risked?
What happened was...
I figured this was a pretty solid resistance zone. So just to de-risked a little bit, was looking to add on maybe this...
we didn't catch it, huh?
This green demand.
That's when that Visa news came out, isn't it?
I'm not sure. But so we broke above. We got a 4-hour close above, and I just market bought somewhere in this range. So now our average price is right around this zone. We ended up breaking off into new all-time highs. Yeah. I was originally waiting for a reaction to the all-time high and a retest of this 4-hour supply right here before adding on. But
so what was our average buy-in?
We're right around 1324.
We're in the profit.
So we're only 25 or 50% filled on our position. So
Looks like a flag is
That's
forming.
all right. We
So
are in profit.
couple things that I'm looking for is
Yeah, what are we doing?
some form of reaction on this H6 demand before continuation up, which we almost got it, right? We front ran it. We tried to bounce up, but wasn't too impulsive. I think Bitcoin's actions are kind of stalling the rest of the market. So this would be our bullish scenario, right? Other than just continuing straight up from here, right? We could, for all we know, we can go straight up right now. But if we do come down, I'm looking to add another 25% to our position right there, which is going to bring our average price.
Add it in there. Add it up.
It's going to bring our average price right on top of this H4 supply, right? So,
Market. I mean market, not market. Buy market.
So since we're 50% filled and averaged in right around this zone, if we add 25% here, it's going to bring our average price up to here.
A little bit.
And looking to place a stop loss, we could place it right underneath this H4 supply. I'm expecting that to hold if we do break even further. If we break further, then I'm going to add the remaining 25% of our open available funds right there on that 12-hour, 4-hour supply. I'm expecting that to be a bounce zone support. It's confluent with this diagonal support, so things are lining up. You could, to be safe. I mean, you could probably put your stop loss below this wick right here, but you just got to adjust your add-on amount and make sure that with that stop loss and the amount that you've purchased, you're still only risking 2 to 3%. So this is the bullish scenario. The short-term bearish scenario is, like I said, we make a move down before bouncing back up and off to continuation of new
That's what I want to
highs.
see, man.
So those are a couple things I'm looking at. Just make sure you have your stop losses in play. Make sure that the total amount that you're purchasing and, with the stop loss in place, that you're still only risking 2 to 3% of your total trading account, because a lot of people, they'll think, well, I want to maximize my gains and put my whole account in there, but
or do 100x leverage.
But when we start trending
$10 million,
when we start trending strong again, that's when long in your longs could come into play. Either just adding on dips or looking for low time bear dives to sell certain amount, like maybe taking 20% off the table, adding what you took off plus the profits on a dip. So compounding.
Compound that Satoshis. That's what I'm gonna do.
And I believe we said that we were targeting 1890 for this next for this next move up. So
all right.
Just a couple things to play out. We're looking very bullish. We have been looking bullish on Ethereum for weeks, if not months now. It's definitely looking a lot more bullish than.
I understand people say it's like undervalued, but I mean, there's no finite number. They can keep producing Ethereum, so it's not like Bitcoin. So is it really undervalued if there's no?
I think so, because there's so much stuff being built on everything's built on the Ethereum network. The DeFi,
I understand
there's
that.
so much money.
So I understand it being that big, but I mean, if there's no limit on the amount of coins that can come out, then I mean, that stifles it from being able to grow to a certain amount.
Yeah,
like
I can see that too.
At least.
But maybe the growth of the capital that's in the Ethereum network and all the DeFi is outpacing the amount of ETH that are being mined. I don't know, I'd have to look into it, but maybe that.
Wait, say that one more time.
The amount of ETH that is being mined is being outpaced by the amount of massive sums of money that are coming into the DeFi space. You know what I mean? Because you have to lock up your ETH when you're doing these DeFi contracts. So there's so much ETH that's being locked up. I forget how many billions are locked up into ETH because of the 2.0. So that money isn't moving. It's just being staked. So I think that, has an effect on it as well.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy too. Like how, they're saying that you do these Ethereum contracts. So like you're paying for your house and stuff, or like these. Like, are you actually paying in Ethereum? So, like, then does the value of your house just constantly change? Like in Ethereum, like is my house 300,000 one day, $1 million the next day, and 100,000 the next day?
No, I think
is that what's going on?
I think it's just like you're borrowing against an asset. So you have your ETH in there and you could borrow money against it. So like these people just have assets. Like if you own a football team or something like that, you're never gonna sell that football team ever.
So the ETH is just collateral for whatever for the currency that you need.
So it's Yeah.
That's all Bitcoin's going to be too then. It's just what you use as collateral.
Hell yeah.
$4.
I'm never selling. I'm holding this for 100 years. I'm never selling it. If I ever want money, I'll get into the DeFi space and I'll borrow money against my Bitcoin, and then I'll borrow at like 1 or 2%, and then I'll just buy more Bitcoin that's making 10%. This is what rich people do. Borrow against their assets at super low interest rates,
just
and
don't
then just buy more.
People that are listening don't think you can do that in day trade. No, I'm talking to people out there listening.
Yeah,
don't day trade with it.
No, buy hard assets and hold.
Yep. Like don't fuck with margin if you don't know what you're doing. Don't ever go over.
Yes,
don't ever do a high X rated margin.
No, that's all bad. You can get wrecked quickly. Billy.
Yes, sir.
So guys, before we close out this episode, I just wanted to throw out there, like, our boy Elon is always tweeting some crazy shit. He's always fucking tweeting some stupid shit, and like it seems like he was probably tripping on mushrooms the other night. He was like 2 a.m. and he's doing all kinds of random ass tweets, like that made no fucking sense. But there's these people out there that just like hang on and live on every single word he says, so he could be fucked up out of his brains and just tweet the word Bitcoin or BTC or Doge.
What did he just say? When did he say last night? And this shit just flies.
It's like he's pumped. Like I'm not saying he's like purposely trolling everybody, but he's trolling you guys for fun. Like
even if he doesn't
funny
mean
as fuck.
to.
I think it's funny as fuck that you guys jump on everything he says, and he'll say anything, and then it pumps, and then it fucking dumps immediately. Let's look at this Doge chart real quick.
What are we going to on Doge,
Billy? And hold on, I apologize. I think I said 1890 was our first take profit target for Ethereum, but it's actually going to be around $2,250 is going to be my first
take profit.
Take profit, yeah.
2250.
Yes,
oh
sir.
My God, I'm going to get a steak. I'm gonna get a steak.
But yeah, I saw Elon last night on Twitter tweeting all kinds of crazy shit, and I
thought he was done with Twitter for a while.
The price did jump, but I think it would have went higher if it wasn't for Bitcoin.
It didn't. I thought it was at like 3 or 4. It's at 5.
Well, Bitcoin started dumping right as Doge started tried to break over this key supply zone, and I think if Bitcoin wouldn't have dumped, I think it would have shot up even higher.
Yeah, I think
it's just funny as fuck to me. It's like he knows he's trolling people. Like it's like there's no like because he says a word doesn't give it value.
I think he has a supply zone, and it's some guys in the cartel that come over and give him a supply. Like Doge.
One of his friends was probably just like heavily invested in Doge, and he was tripping. He's like, "Here, I got you. I got you, Doge.
Yeah.
Bam. Did you cash out? All right, cool. Let's keep tripping.
So you need some extra money. Okay, buy now. Let me know when you buy. Okay,
yeah,
tweet Doge. It's like, okay, sell now.
Just imagine being able to do that.
That's why you don't go heavy in those ones, you know.
No,
just a fraction of your account. If you want to play around, you know, just make sure you're buying high time frame supports and just ride it till as high as you can ride it.
Yeah,
fuck it.
That's right.
Just don't go crazy.
And guys, don't buy Doge as an actual investment. If you're hearing about this Doge pump, it went 50%. Do not buy it as an actual investment long term. If you're listening to this, just know it's a joke coin. The whole point of it is to be a joke. So the people that are buying it are invested in a joke, and they don't give a fuck about losing that money.
We live in Vegas. It's basically, a gamble.
It's just people that are willing to throw away money.
Black or red. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you could time Elon Musk's tweets, then you might be able to catch a little pump. But yes, it's not financial advice, and it's Doge is a goddamn meme.
Memes are cool.
Meme.
Cool.
Yeah, if I got anything else to say, it's pretty much. I was reading this article on WSB about the whole WSB situation, and it's funny because the hedge funds, they don't realize that the people that they're up against right now, these are people that are used to having nothing, and they can rebuild over and over because they're so used to having nothing. Fuck, I've lived out of my car. I've had to restart so many times and rebuild so many times. I'm used to it.
I don't plan
you
on
guys
doing
up at
this.
the hedge funds, you guys aren't used to this shit. When you guys go broke once, let's see you guys try to rebuild.
Oh yeah. They'd be living in their double wide, fucking slanging penny stocks, fucking in the back of a Family Dollar. I want to see this happen.
Like the
This is
people
the new
actually
America.
have skills. You guys just had money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, be sure to follow us at Cryptardz across all social media platforms.
Get retarded with this.
And like I said, make sure you definitely follow us on our TradingView because you'll be able to get some pretty consistent updated charts and more in depth and detailed than what I go across here. I actually draw out a whole bunch of stuff on my charts that I upload on there. So give those a look. Make sure you follow us and stay breezy.
It's your boys, the Cryptardz. We out.
Later.